In today's video, we're exploring a topic that few religions or spiritual traditions talk about. A topic that seems to have been forgotten by the sands of time. Yet to teachers of esoteric wisdom, this topic was known about and discussed at length in times not so long past. Connect to your higher self. Focus to motivate and enrich your life, and inspire others to find their true path. Join me on a journey to discover your power and higher purpose. Have you ever wondered if your thoughts could take on a life of their own? Or have you ever felt trapped by your thoughts? What if the worries, desires, and repetitive mental patterns you entertain every day begin to form energy bodies, invisible companions that either uplift or torment you? In this video, we're going to explore a hidden reality, how thoughts become thought forms, how thought forms attract elemental beings, and how, if left unchecked, they can slowly destroy a person from the inside out. Firstly, let's explore that elemental beings are. Elementary beings are invisible spiritual beings that exist in nature. They are not made of physical matter like humans or animals, but are part of the spiritual fabric of the world. These beings help shape and maintain the natural world, like plants, minerals, water, and air. Think of them as conscious forces behind the scenes of natural processes. The 4 types of elemental beings. Earth beings, connected to solidity and form, like rocks and minerals. They shape the physical body of plants and give them form. Commonly known as gnomes in folklore. Water beings, related to fluidity and movement like rivers and rain. They work in the life forces of plants and animals. Known as undines or water spirits. Air beings, linked to light and sound, such as the movement of wind and pollination. They bring soul-like qualities to plants and animals. Known as sylphs or air spirits. Fire beings, associated with warmth and light, the most subtle element. They support the development of consciousness and spirit in nature. Known as salamanders or fire spirits. According to Christian mystic Rudolf Steiner, these beings are intelligent, alive, and interact with the human world, though most people are unaware of them. They work according to spiritual laws and are influenced by human thoughts, feelings, and actions. In other words, how we think and act affects them, and in turn, the harmony of the natural world. What most people don't know is that thoughts create thought forms that draw elementals to themselves and then actually become an entity around a person. When people say, "Oh, somebody's done black magic on me," 99% of the time it was their own elementals. In other words, they're the ones doing the black magic on themselves. All people, young and old, are affected by the emotions and the thoughts that they have harbored and expressed in their lifetime. Since the person themselves has created them, it makes them themselves responsible for them. That's why dark negative thoughts that become thought forms return to us. And thus, the elementals unwaveringly return to their sender. If our thoughts and their associated elementals are good, they help us. If they're harmful, they will hurt us. They can really degrade us, so it depends on their nature, good and bad. So in a very real sense, we can unknowingly create black magic around ourselves. To undo this, the thought forms and attached elementals need to be de-energized so they can return to the Akasha, the cosmic consciousness, where they record our actions in the cosmic records. Every thought we think carries energy. When thoughts are repeated, especially when charged with strong emotion like fear, anger, desire, or jealousy, they become what are known as thought forms. And these thought forms aren't just mental. They attract and bind to elementals, primordial, invisible forces of nature that live in the subtle worlds. Elementals don't think. They simply obey the instructions coded into them by our thoughts. Once created, they begin to orbit around us. They become part of our psychic ecosystem. Some help us, like thoughts of love, generosity, or truth, but others degrade us, haunt us, and even sabotage our lives. Who are the elementals? Stay tuned for part 2 of this video to find out more. And here's the twist. Elementals always return to their sender. They cannot be destroyed, only fulfilled or de-energized. If they're helpful, they bless us. If they're destructive, they torment us, emotionally, physically, even across lifetimes. And once their mission is complete, or we've consciously drained their energy, they return to the Akasha, the vast field of cosmic memory, also known as the Akashic Records. These elementals record our karma. They become the means by which our deeds, our desires, our intentions are written into the book of life. And here's where it gets more serious. Unfulfilled thought forms, especially those tied to craving or resentment, don't simply disappear. They become obsessions, fixed ideas, or emotional parasites. They may whisper, "Why don't I have what they have? Why can't I succeed? Why do they get love and not me?" This spiral of toxic thought leads to self-sabotage, depression, envy, and deep inner conflict. These elementals feed off attention, and they can grow stronger each time we focus on them. Left unchecked, they not only degrade the personality, they shape your future lifetimes. Thought forms don't die with the body. They follow you into the afterlife, and they follow you into your next incarnation. Over time, they become people, places, and circumstances that fulfill the programming you gave them, consciously or unconsciously. And that's why being careful about what you desire is so important. Your strongest desires today may become your greatest stumbling blocks in the future. So ask yourself honestly, are you ready to give up those desires and thoughts that are torturing you? Are you really prepared to let them go? Because they won't go quietly. They'll hang on until they are either fulfilled or you de-energize them. So, how do you break free? How do you de-energize an elemental? It's a 3-step process, but the first step is the hardest. Step 1, make an unconflicted decision. You must be totally clear about letting go of the desire. No back and forth. No, yes, but. If part of you still wants the thing, even a little, it will block the release. Many people get stuck in this step for years, unknowingly feeding both poles of the conflict. Until you make an unconflicted choice to drop it, nothing will change. Step 2. Remove all attention from it. Once you've made the clear decision, you must starve the thought of attention. The moment it surfaces, you do not analyze it, indulge it, or replay it. You simply catch it and drop it. Like a hot coal, don't hold on. Ignore it like an uninvited guest. Step 3. Replace the groove. Your mind, your aura, your psyche, it's like a record. If you just leave a gap where that thought form once lived, the needle will fall right back into the old groove. You must replace it with something positive, life-affirming, uplifting, gratitude, forgiveness, service, higher aspirations. These fill in the grooves with light. This step is where most people fail, but it's also the most transformative. You might hear people say, you have to feel it to heal it. But when it comes to thought forms and elementals, bringing painful thoughts up to analyze or process them can actually re-energize them. That's the trap. You send them back into the subconscious, only to have them rise again later for another round of torment. Instead of feeding them with attention, you let them dissolve in silence. In the end, you are the creator of your inner world. Your thoughts are not just fleeting clouds, they are builders of form, builders of fate. So be selective in what you desire. Be selective in what you think. Be vigilant in what you dwell on. And wish good for others, else any negative thoughts you wish upon others might ricochet back to you. Because whether you know it or not, you're weaving your future with every thought you think. And the elementals, they're listening. Just remember too, the chaos we see in the outside world is not just on the outside. Each and every single one of us weave part of the web which becomes part of our life on earth. If you want to see a better world, be that better world within yourself. Be conscious, be clear, be free. To be kept in the loop for more motivation, inspiration, and sharing of mystical ideas that can spark your spirit, please like, subscribe, and share with your friends. Let's go on this journey together to create and to become 1% better each day.